What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Big Ru's Movie TV Reviews, where I take movies and TV shows and give them my personal point of view. Just my point of view, so take it with a grain of salt. The spoiler review I'm gonna do is based on F9, The Fast Saga. I've seen it, and it's been out for a few days. It's currently #1 in the box office. So there's probably some spoiler videos out there, but I figured let me do a spoiler review. So if you did not see Fast 9, F9, or whatever you want to call it, the Fast Saga, do not watch this video. Go see the movie, then come back. Still here? Okay. Probably you just don't give a damn, or you probably did saw the movie. So sit back and relax. Remember, spoilers. You've been warned. So basically, this story takes place after the events of F8, The Fate of the Furious. Another pretty good film. It was okay. Like I said, it could have been better, but it was watchable. I like it, but I'm a big fan of the franchise. I'll get to that in a minute. The story starts with Dominic Toretto, Dom, and his wife Letty, with Dominic's son Brian. They're in a ranch, a farm, living a good life. But then a cryptic message came from Mr. Nobody telling them that Project Ares, they need to recover. That's what the name of the what they got to recover. Project Ares. It's 2 pieces that's in different worlds. And there's a third one to activate it. I'll get to that in a minute. So they do, and in the beginning of the film you see a jungle race. I wouldn't say race, a jungle adventure. And then you see, of course, Dom with that swinging with the car. And miraculously, they survive. One thing I can say about this franchise, this franchise went from stealing DVDs to now super spies and now they're superheroes. Because how the hell you get through so many stuff? And even Tyrese character, Roman, big up to Tyrese. Roman Pierce he is funny. He will always be funny. Him and Terrence, big up to Ludacris. Because he asked the question everybody wants to know. How the hell did they survive all these missions? From planes, submarines, how we're still alive. They kind of asked the question that people like you and me have answered, but, it's movie world. What can you do? So, with that being said, they thought they had the piece, but they lost it to Dominic Toretto's little brother, Jacob Toretto, who's a well-known assassin and Dominic's little brother. He was never mentioned throughout the Fast Saga, and basically there's a reason why. They played like a couple of flashbacks, and it kind of dragged the movie a little bit with the flashbacks to see a young Dom and a young Jacob, but at least we get to find out what happened. Because in the first Fast and Furious, Dom told Brian, rest in peace, Paul Walker, Dom told Brian that he lost his father during a race and his car was hit and it exploded. And he hit a guy with a wrench and he did 2 years. Come to find out, Jacob was the one that tampered the wires in his father's car during the pit stop. Because basically the father wanted him to do it because he had debt. He had so much debt that he couldn't pay for it, so I guess he told his son to kill him. Kind of weird, but what the hell. So, Dominic finds out that Jacob was involved, and little Jacob was tearing it up in the street race world. But then when Dominic came out, he gave him an ultimatum. He said, we'll race, but if you win, you stay. If you lose, you're out of here. Forever. And of course, Dom, being a good racer, he wins. And his brother left. So now Jacob feels some type of way about it. He feels, you diss me talking about family, because Dom always talks about family. I'm all about family throughout all these movies. But I guess he didn't have family with Jacob. Now back to Jacob. Jacob gets the first piece and he gives it to a millionaire guy who's really the antagonist of the film. The real antagonist, Otto. Otto gets it, and guess who's trapped in a glass box? Cypher. You won't see Cypher in this film too much. She has kind of a bit part, but she's in there, and he's telling her, I'm number one. You know what I'm saying? I don't do competition. So then now, Jacob has the second. Dom has to stop his brother. Now we go later into the film where to find them. So he goes to one of the people that raised little Jacob, played by Michael Rooker. I was looking at it, I was like, is that Michael Rooker? I said, oh, so Michael Rooker's in Fast and Furious. Okay. So he tells him that he's in London, while the girls go to Tokyo, and come to find out that, once again, spoilers, Han had something to do with something, kind of with Project Ares. So basically, Letty and the returning Jordana Brewster, Mia, goes to Tokyo. So during in London, Dom meets up with Mama Shaw. I forgot her name, but Mama Shaw, played by Helen Mirren, to find out, word of mouth, where's Jacob. They go for a little ride, and, she gives him a little speech about family and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So he finds Jacob, and then he's surrounded by soldiers. But come to find out, the soldiers were led by Cardi B. Cardi B is one of the soldiers, because he helped Cardi B back in the day. So Cardi B helped him out. Now, in Tokyo, the girls try to find Han's message. They did, and then they find this new girl, this Chinese girl. I forgot her name, but she was kicking some shit. And then, when they was running, the bad guys was after them. They get shot, and who kills them? You guessed it, Han. Han is alive. I'll get to that spoiler about how Han survives. Bottom line, Han comes in. They capture Dom, goes after Jacob, captures him, and he gets the other piece. Then the bad guys storm in. I guess Jacob knew the headquarters they was at. They took the piece, and now Dom nearly dies, and he comes back. Now they have to get the other piece. But come to find out, the little girl is the key to activating, because the little girl has her DNA imprinted in Project Ares. But let me just go through this. Bottom line, same thing. They tracked them. They used this magnet technology and tracked the bad guys, and they beat them. And come to find out, when Jacob is betrayed by his own boss, he sides with Cypher. So now Jacob joins the Fast family and try to take down Otto. He took him down, but of course Cypher used the jet to try to take out basically the truck with Dom Toretto. And she has a bone to pick with Dom Toretto. So, with that being said, trying to kill him, Dom Toretto gets out of there, and basically she kills not Dom, but she kills the boss, Otto, in the truck. Dom uses one of the cars to destroy the airplanes, but we thought it was the end of Cypher, but Cypher was using a drone airplane. So Cypher is loose, and she'll probably be back for the next movies. Then, of course, we all know how it ends. Basically, every Fast and Furious barbecue, Fast and Furious always ends with barbecues. Oh yeah, I forgot to add one thing. The Fast and Tokyo Drift guys of Sean, Twinkie, and the Chinese guy, they're in it because they invented a rocket that stumbling on my word, Roman and Tej go. And basically, they did something that I know people were saying it. Even the guys from Double Toasted. Shout out to everybody at Double Toasted, Corey Coleman, everybody. They said it, and I guess they predicted it, and they did it. They went to outer space. That rocket that Twinkie and them made, Sean and them made from the Tokyo Drift, they went to outer space. Well, they had to knock out the satellite. The satellite is the one controlling Project Ares. And basically, yeah, they're in outer space. Like I said, I never thought they did it, but they did it. So back to what I was saying at the end. Everybody gathers up for a barbecue at the end. You know, every Fast and Furious always ends in barbecue. And then Han comes in. Sean sees him. Now, Sean didn't see him since Tokyo Drift. We thought Han died. So he hugs him. And he's like, Joe, I thought you were dead. I thought you were gone. And he's like, I have a long story to tell. But for right now, let's go through the moment. Let's bask it through the moment. Which was cute. And then, just when little Brian was about to say grace, that's when Dom said, there's an empty chair. And who comes and Mia has that look? It's Brian. Now, Brian, the character, is in this Fast and Furious franchise, but the actor Paul Walker dies. And yeah. And that's the end of the film. And now, once again, this is a spoiler review. I know I keep saying it, but let me get the elephant out the room. Everybody wants to know, how the hell Han is still alive? Well, Han didn't die. It was all Mr. Nobody's doing. It shows that Mr. Nobody recruited Han, and because Giselle, Han's girlfriend that died in Fast 6, was part of Mr. Nobody's crew at the time. So Mr. Nobody recruited Han to get the Project Ares girl. And then Mr. Nobody let him know that you need to be careful. There's a rogue agent, and we all know who that is, Deckard Shaw, because we thought he was dead. But then when Deckard Shaw walked, we didn't see him. We didn't see Han in the car. It turns out Mr. Nobody faked his death. And I guess these missions happen outside Tokyo Drift, because I guess it was off screen that he went to see Mr. Nobody, because it happened during Tokyo Drift, but we don't see it. It happened off screen, But Deckard Shaw was the one that was supposed to kill him, but he didn't die. It was somebody else, and then when he walks by, we don't see him, and then Mr. Nobody did it, so that's why Han's alive. That's the only problem I have with this movie. They never explain it. I mean, I guess the writers and producers because remember, Han is a popular character in this franchise, and they was like, oh well, let's just bring Han back, what I'm saying, I guess. But I like to know how he survived and when, and they really didn't go into that. That was one of my problems with the film. They should have went into it, but I guess, once again, take it with a grain of salt. I guess they're like, fuck it. Han's back, be happy with it. Yeah. And they're also an end credit. Now, the end credit is, I mentioned him, Deckard Shaw was punching somebody in a punching bag. Come to find out, it was somebody, and he gave him a disc. He gave him some type of floppy disk. And then the door rings, and he opens the door. There's Han. And he looks surprised, and then the movie goes off. So, that's the end of it. I mean, like I said, Fast 9, F9, could have been better. Could have been better. I was a little disappointed, but it was watchable. It was good. Not really my best, but it's watchable. You know what I'm saying? And, and let me tell you, because there's going to be 2 more movies in the franchise, because this is part of a mini trilogy again. So this is like part 1. Then we got Fast 10 and Fast 11 that'll end the franchise. A Hobbs and Shaw sequel is in the works, and I'm hearing it might be Hobbs, Shaw, and Han. So, with Han, I don't know. And a female Fast and Furious is being mentioned with Letty, the girls, and Ramsey, who I forgot to mention. Ramsey was in the film. And, this franchise ain't gonna die no time soon. But, like I said, could have been better. I was a little disappointed, but it was watchable. It was okay. I hope Fast 10 and Fast 11, because Justin Lin is directing the last 2, so maybe the franchise, I don't know. We'll see. I give this movie a C. It's a low rating, but I give it a C. Could have been better, but hey. I give it, hey, what can you do? maybe the next 2 movies will be a lot better. It's a way to end it. But Fast and Furious is, no pun intended, is not going to slow down. Other than that, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy me blabbering my mouth. Hope you enjoy. Like I said, this was, I'm saying it again, another spoiler review. So, what do you think of Fast 9? What do you think of F9? Did you like it? Did you hate it? You know, hit me up in the comments section. Hit me up. Tell me what you think. And you know, and I'll be back probably for the Forever Purge spoiler or regular review, depending, but that'll be my next review. Other than that, this is your boy Big Roo. Thanks for watching Big Roo's movie TV reviews, and I'll see you next time. Peace.